Hey guys, it's Darcy here. And if you're new or from my old tarot page, welcome. This is my manifesting YouTube page. And if you would like to join us on Instagram, it's Persisting Queen. So let's go ahead and talk today a little bit about the post I made about consciousness being the only reality and what I mean by that. Because I know people are going to look at that and not understand it, right? And again, that's okay. Maybe you're not meant to understand it just yet. So when I say consciousness is the only reality, basically think about it in terms of a painter who is painting a picture, right? They create the painting in their mind before they externally produce it in their reality. So that's the example I'm giving for that. But basically, when we think of something in our mind and we believe it to be true, okay, even if we have like a small little mustard seed of faith that this is going to happen, right? You don't have to have this enormous amount of faith. Faith builds along the way, okay? So when you have a desire in your mind, and let's just say you're desiring your SP, and you are like, okay, I see that this person will be with me one day. Like, I know we're going to come back together. I feel it, blah, blah, blah. That is you accepting that desire to be true, right? That is you basically saying that this is going to happen. And if consciousness is the only reality, everything is created within our minds before it's produced into our 3D reality. Everything in our 3D reality is a reflection of old thoughts that we had, right? So this is why I tell people not to get hung up on what you see out there. And I see it happen so much. People will say they have faith, and then something happens there in their reality, or they have movement with their SP, and it just like does some weird stuff out there. But the thing that you need to remember is, why are you focused out there? Your focus should be within. Don't get me wrong, we all fall victim to that, right? It's not like you're going to be perfect. But if you catch yourself relying on that, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it the wrong way. When you rely out there, you're relying on old thoughts. Rely within. And trust what you feel within, because that is the only reality. And if that's the only reality, it must reflect at some point. The timing it happens is not up to you. The how it happens is not up to you. That already has started. Movement has already started. The bridge has already started the moment you've accepted this reality to be a possibility. You don't even have to fully say it's going to happen. Like I said in the beginning of this, faith is something that happens with time too. Right? The more things that kind of show up and the more you have faith, the more you're building your faith. So when you hear someone say consciousness is pretty much the only reality, it's because everything starts within and then it's produced out there. And that is how simple it is. So when you catch yourself relying on something out there, bring yourself back. Remind yourself, nope. Why am I relying on something that's showing me something from the past? Like, that's old news, right? Yes, I get it. You get to a point where you're manifesting, you're like, when is this going to show? But it's going to show when it's supposed to show at the right time. And I don't like saying divine timing because it just comes off very law of attraction-y, but divine timing truly is, what it really means is that it's going to be divinely orchestrated to happen exactly the way it is. It doesn't mean divine timing of like, oh, this is going to take 10 years or blah, blah, blah. Divine timing is just saying the timing's going to be perfect, right? It doesn't, like, I know law of attraction talks a lot about it with like adding time into it with like the twin flame stuff and saying like, oh, your person has to go through all this stuff, divine timing. No, it doesn't have to be like that. It can just be that if you look at divine timing, instead of looking at it through the lens of something bad, just look at it as your consciousness, your God self knows when to divinely orchestrate this. Like, there's literally a series of events that are going to occur that brings you to your manifestation. Okay? So that is what people mean when they say consciousness is the only reality. Everything outside of us is a reflection of what we've thought at some point. Okay? So it's really that simple. And I hope this helps. And if you'd like coaching, head over to our Instagram page and check our story highlights labeled coaching and send us a private DM. Bye, guys.